What is up, Pokepeeps and Masters? It is Russ here, PokeRuss here, and we are back for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Dueling deck profile. So, I've been super enjoying Speed Dueling. We have, like I said, a very limited meta, but within the next month we'll be getting a brand new set which will make the meta maybe a bit more balanced or a bit more spread out. With the introduction of Arena of Lost Souls, we'll be getting a new character in Bones, and we'll be getting a couple new skills and new cards, including like Sphere Kribo and all that kind of stuff. Once we get more of the set revealed to us, I'll go over some of the cards and how I think they're going to affect the meta and stuff like that as we come along. But today we're going to cover a deck. I did not create this deck. I'm just going to put that flat out there. I did not create this deck, but I think this is a deck I really want to cover on the channel, seeing as it's one of the considered top 2 decks in the format. So, the top 2 decks in the format being Blue Eyes and Amazonas. So both of them have a really strong synergy within the decks, but it's really a toss-up between which you think is better, because they really have really great niches about either of them. So we're going to talk about the Blue Eyes one today. Like I said, I did not create this, but I feel like this is a deck I really want to go over and talk about how it works and like why it's so good in comparatively to the meta. So we're going to start off with the leader card here, or the leader card. I've been playing too much Dragon Ball Super. We have Dragon's Color skill card. So this card is really unique. In once per duel, you can use one of the following skills. If you successfully normal summon a Lord of D, add a Flute of Summoning Dragons from your deck or graveyard to hand, or reveal a Flute of Summoning Dragon in your hand, and then add one of Lord of D from your deck or graveyard to hand. So, really cool skill, really powerful, because you can activate this as early as first turn, right? We're going to put this right under my head because it looks like a nice place to put that. Okay, so when you're running 3 copies of Lord of D and 3 copies of Flute of Summoning Dragon, you have a 45% chance of popping open with one of these in your opening hand. That's a crazy high chance. I realize it's a 20-card deck, but 6 in 20 opening one in your initial 4-card hand, 5-card if you go second, which the percentage is even higher than, is absolutely insane. You do have a 28% chance of opening 2, which isn't the best, but like I said, 45% chance of popping open with one of these. And you just need one of them. You need one of these 2 combo pieces to really make the deck get going, and there's a combo in here that pretty much says, if you pull this off first turn, you probably have the win. Like 98% of the time you have the win. Now that percentage there is made up, but you can understand how high the percentage is. The 45% is accurate. So we have 3 Lord of D, 3 Flute of Summoning Dragons. Flute of Summoning Dragons, when you have Lord of D on field, allows you to special summon 2 Dragon type monsters from your hand. They get summoned without tribute, and that kind of stuff. They're special summoned, pretty neat. And then Lord of D, neither player can target Dragon type monsters on the field with effects. Pretty crazy, pretty strong. Obviously, this is the huge big combo of the deck, and you're just gonna flood the field. So, what dragons are we targeting? We're targeting the big ones. We're targeting 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, and we have 2 copies of Tyrant Dragon. So Blue Eyes is easily your first target, but Tyrant Dragon isn't also bad. Tyrant Dragon is during your battle phase when your opponent controls a monster, and after this card's first attack, it can make a second attack. Negate the effects of trap cards that are on the field. If you do, destroy that trap. This card cannot be special summoned from your graveyard unless you tribute 1 dragon type monster. So we special summon these onto the field. This negates some traps that can be activated during battle step and stuff like that, which we really don't see too much of, but pretty strong here. And then you have Blue Eyes, which is the big powerhouse of the meta right now. Nothing gets over 3,000. Like it's just like huge vanilla, which is going to come important later. And yeah, so usually you're not going to be summoning two dragons unless you open up. I don't even know if you consider that God Hand. If you open up 2 dragons, I would only consider like God Hand. I'll show you later. So another card we use in this deck is Kaibamen. So you contribute this card to special summon 1 Blue Eyes from your hand. Pretty awesome. You play this first turn, like I said, like between this and like this combo right here, that's another card right there that's just pulling off a first turn Blue Eyes. So this auto special summons a Blue Eyes from hand. Pretty crazy, strongest monster in the game, obviously, and we're gonna go with that. This is what really makes the deck busted. We're rocking 3 copies of Champion's Vigilance. So this works with the Blue Eyes in tandem. So if you control a level 7 or higher normal monster, when a monster would be summoned or a spell or trap would be activated, negate the summon or activation if you do destroy that card. So you get a Blue Eyes on field, you just say no to something. You're just like, remember, your opponent's just like, hey, I'm gonna do this. You're just like, no, and then they don't, because they can't. So it's just a super powerful card, and this was one of the first cards banned in Duel Links. So seeing this card super early in this game, obviously there is a lot of targets that can use this card, but Blue Eyes is easily the strongest, along with the Dragon Color effect. If you wanted to, if you weren't worried about the opposing matchups and stuff like that, you could honestly swap out these Tyrant Dragons for Red Eyes Black Dragons. So the Red Eyes Black Dragons would also work with Champion's Vigilance. You just wouldn't have the power stats on field, but it would say every one of your dragons can activate Champion's Vigilance, which is super, super clutch. So perfect opening hand would be a Blue Eyes, a Champion's Vigilance, and one of these cards. One of any of these cards. And then, I mean, maybe a Windstorm, maybe a Stamping Destruction, which we'll get into next. So, like, it's crazy. Like, the consistency of this deck is just obscene. So we're running 3 copies of Windstorm. Windstorm can be activated offensively or defensively. Really strong card. I can't express how good this card is in the game. It can just literally offensively, like if they have to do, if you don't pull off the Blue Eyes combo turn 1 or something like that, or just like it just switches. Like, you can use it offensively by switching their monsters from defense to attack mode, or from attack to defense. Say you're playing the mirror match, and they don't have Lord of D or some reason, or whatever. This just taps everything down and you just run over. Pretty crazy. Defensively, obviously, if your opponent's going into you with one of the deck's biggest fears is Amazons, you can just switch that out Amazon to defense mode. So, really strong card. Again, you can switch Blue Eyes to defense mode, you can switch Dark Magicians, or like, whatever's threatening you. Maybe they Golden Apples your Blue Eyes attack, or whatever. This just fixes the issue. And last but not least, some people play Wild Tornado in the deck for the match against. You can play Wild Tornado in the match against Amazonist, which is very important because it allows them not to be able to attack into your guy and activate their heirloom and all that kind of stuff. But another option you can use that I think is more consistent over most decks is Stamping Destruction. So Stamping Destruction is pretty nice, where if you control a Dragon-type monster, target 1 spell or trap on the field and destroy it. If you do, inflict 500 points of damage to the controller. So this destroys something, destroys a spell or trap, gets rid of that heirloom potentially, all that kind of stuff, and it also inflicts a little bit of damage. That's less damage you have to do as a whole. So this might be the difference between game and not game, especially against an Amazon player and stuff like that. But I mean, it's really weird going over speed dueling decks because I'm used to like Dragon Ball decks, Pokemon decks, stuff like that. So going over 20 cards just is insane. But this is the Dragon deck. Like I said, I didn't create this, but I really just wanted to go over its uniqueness and all that kind of stuff. It's really strong with its ability. We're probably going to go back to other decks that aren't the top 2 decks next week when we go over deck profile, and maybe I'll cover Amazonist in the future. But this is a deck I've been really having fun with, and again, it's absolutely insane. If anything's unbalanced, I would say it's the top 2 decks. They just literally kind of tower over the rest of them. I do have a cool fusion deck for maybe next week, so stay tuned for that. If you like any of this tickles your fancy, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Dueling or regular Yu-Gi-Oh!, would you like to see me open some packs of regular Yu-Gi-Oh! On the channel? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know any changes that you think to this deck in the upcoming weeks, whatever. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. PokeRuss out. Peace.